Eric put this thing together yesterday. Little TSP 416, right?
Yep. Fresh little Frankenstein.
Right? This is getting a Magnuson 2650. I haven't obviously filmed much because I'm not the photographer. The photographer is not here. Videographer, whatever you want to call it.
I know I didn't ask if I could film you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know you gotta ask.
What are you doing to this car again?
And I put a 416 in it.
Oh.
Getting the Magnuson and a fuel system. That's the gist of it.
Are you ever? Nice. What is the difference a body control module and a CAN bus? What exactly is the difference between them? Can you hear me here? You can't even hear me.
What?
I said, Eric, what's the difference between a body control module and a CAN bus?
I mean, CAN bus comes off OBD2. I mean, it just tells you all, like, everything's basically linked together, tells you everything the computer
stuff.
Yeah, engine-wise stuff.
Okay.
And the BCM is body control module. It just controls, like, everything in the dash, radio. Like,
Everything that is an engine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you got it.
Makes sense. All right, you can put your headphones back on now and pretend like you can't hear me.
I mean, what do you mean?
It was just funny because I was talking to you normally and I'm like, he can't hear me.
I just heard him laugh. So
Yeah.
like, what the I mean, I guess I don't need these on right now either.
Eric gets upset if you don't say anything to him when you're filming him. He's like, why are you being so quiet?
Nah, actually, you don't mind it. I don't mind peace and quiet.
Okay, we'll talk with.
But some days I like just turning the radio off and like not having the radio and just working. Matt likes that sometimes too.
Sometimes I drive with the radio off in the car.
That's rare. And you know, most of the times I am riding with the
You don't
radio off in the
realize
car, I don't realize it. Like, cause I'll turn it off or something.
To look where you're going or something.
Yeah, or just something along them lines.
Eric, you're closer to me. Can you pat her on the back?
Ooh.
Ew, Eric.
What?
You chewed it.
I know I did. It felt great.
At least you didn't shit yourself.
That's true. This is true.
You need me to hold to get out of the way, or are you alright?
I got it. Let's be real. Everybody, we've talked about this. Everybody sharded themselves once in their lives. Except for Sean, who was, you know, too embarrassed to say so.
You gonna shard it yourself? Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Never sharded himself, Matt.
We got another one.
At a very young age, obviously. That's different, though.
Nah, you do it as an adult. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, well, he might not be there yet.
Shower.
Oh my God, I've pissed in the shower for years.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, you still got a couple years.
Yeah, here's the tabs. This is where the coil mounts originally. Like this. But with how wide this blower is, it sits out over the valve cover, so there's a relocation bracket that like brings them down. Therefore, this tab's got to go up top here, and you'll see that I have the other valve cover. I just cut these tabs flush down the way. That way, the blower can sit flush. Just doing a line for the fuel system under the blower right now, and this will be the first car that we use the new crimp machine on for fuel system. The high pressure fuel pump to the regulator. I just wanted to get that line done first so I could get my blower on. Because obviously can't do that line when the blower's on. So.
The crimps you had just did.
Yeah.
That was these, right?
Yep.
That did turn out very nice.
Yeah.
Right, so I see you've got the blower on now.
Yep. Well, part of it. Well, the main part.
Yeah. The important part. That thing really's got a big mouth on it.
Yep.
What size throttle body goes on that?
This will probably get a 103.
I see you've gotten the bricks and the lid on.
Yep. Just doing some final little things that they have you do. Which is a pain in the butt.
Snout and the throttle body's on too. What all else do you have left on it?
I gotta finish the fuel system, put the intake on, and that's pretty much it. Just getting my intake on and all that stuff right now.
I do really like how it's just tucked up in the wheel well like that.
Yep.
And that'll all just be behind the fender liner?
Yep. And you'll be able to see the fuel filter and got my pump mounted. Everything up top is pretty much done other than the return line. So all this as usual. You've seen it before. Fuel pump goes here. Again, this is the first car I've done with our new crimp machine, so everything's nice and looks good. I'll put it up in the air so you can see it.
Yeah, those crimps came out very nice.
So I got my feed, and this will be the return, and I have connector return still up to the regulator. Yeah, it's coming along. Almost there. Be able to finish it up tomorrow. Hear it run tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got the Cords intake on, 5-inch intake, got my meth nozzles in it. Regulator mounted with the lines up here. Flex fuel sensor. Just need to run my return, and then, like I said, pretty much ready to go after that. And wire everything up as far as the fuel pump and the flex fuel.
I do really like how you ran all the hoses. It's very clean.
Yeah, good try. This car we did a little while ago. I don't remember what we did to it. I don't remember, but irrelevant. Now it got 4.6 Texas speed, 416 sleeve short block, all good shit. Callie's crank, Callie's I-beam rods, got, you know, obviously our full cam package, our fuel system, flex fuel, and I got a Maggie 2650 with the big snout for a 103 and stuff. So I'm actually kind of excited for this car because this is the first Maggie, I believe, that LT4 style that we've done. I've been wanting to try one of these Maggies, like they're badass. I also want to do one on an LSA car. We don't really do a lot of LSA builds anymore, but like if someone wanted to do a 2650 on an LSA, Magnuson compared to like the Kong, I think they're fairly close in price, but the Maggie comes with like its own lid and has a bad like brick setup and all that shit, to where the Kong you use your stock lid and all that stuff. So I'd like to use one just in comparison. They just look cool. I think the brick on the Maggie on the LSA would be significantly better than the stock, you know, LSA brick setup. So curious to see what this thing will make. I mean, I think it should make 1,000 depending on the boost and stuff it makes, but I think that's what the guy wants. So I'll make a couple holes, we'll see where the boost is at, kind of see where we're at, and then go from there. I mean, it should make, I would think, pump and meth maybe close to 900. In order for us to make 1,000, it's gonna have to make a little over 900 on pump and meth. So, and I would think that it would probably take maybe 19, 20 pounds to do that. So we'll find out. $830 on that short little pull. I only revved it to 5,500. 840 torque, so that's a pretty good sign so far. 14.5 pounds of boost at 5,500. It probably won't pick up much. So it probably won't make 1,000 on this boost. I'll get a full pull out of it and see what we gotta do.
All right, so this car went on the dyno last week. And I believe the customer wanted to make a little more power, so do a smaller pulley on it, make a little more boost. Any idea what size pulley that is, Eric?
I don't. We're probably gonna need another fill.
It was only making like, I don't remember, 12 pounds of boost or some shit. And the guy wanted to make 1,000. So I didn't think we would be able to on E, on the pulley that it was on. So we had to got a smaller pulley. Got that on now, new belt, etc. When were you born? When's your birthday?
I was born December 2nd, so I wasn't even a year old.
June 22nd, 2001, Fast and Furious came out. Garrett was f***ing 1.
Wasn't even one.
You were f***ing 6 months old. Holy f***. 2001, I was graduating high school, bro. It's alright. You got a while to go. Maybe we'll just reset everything. The wideband was kind of bugging out there, but it was reading. But it made 970. I mean, it's terrible pull. I mean, short pull. But let's see how much boost it made. 225 kPa. So it made 18 pounds. So picked up 6 pounds. So this thing will definitely make 1,000 on E. Matt, yeah. Did you reset that? Yeah. Okay. I'd reset the software too.
Everything?
Yeah, why not? We'll be back. Okay, well it worked that time. It kind of started bugging out at the end, showing that it's lean, but it's definitely not. It actually gets richer towards the end, so I don't know if it was blowing it out of the exhaust. We got a with it. But made 973. I guess the tack's all up because the torque is all up. We think we got the tack and the wideband fixed, but we're about to find out. Tack and wideband was up. Dyno Jet, you are a Okay, I just reset a bunch of shit. Okay, now after with the dyno for 2 hours, longer actually, we think it's working. Alright, let's see what we got now that this thing's nice and hot. $979, but I think it made 980 something yesterday. I don't even remember at this point. So it still likes it. I'm actually gonna let it cool just so I can try and make 1,000 on pump on this thing. Because I've been hammering on this thing trying to get the damn dyno to work and not even really getting numbers out of it because I wasn't making full pulls and whatever. I'll let it cool after over lunch and then I'll try and hit 1,000, then we'll throw some E in it. We let it cool down some. See if we can pick up 11 horsepower when it's cold. I'm assuming we can. Then we're gonna dump some E in it. My guess is it'll probably pick up 20. It'll make like a little over 1,000 on a cold pull. It was hot before. Like AIT started to pull, we're like, I think 130 almost. They're 88 right now. And I let it cool down for like maybe 45 minutes. $1,033. I kind of figured it would pick up a bunch, but I didn't want to overshoot. And 949 torque. That's sick. On 19 pounds, so I picked up a half a pound being cold too. So but still hot as shit, losing like 30 horsepower, 40 horsepower technically, but duty cycles still half decent, 26. So we might be able to squeak some E in this thing, maybe like 35%. I don't know if we'll be able to go higher than that. So 34%, I don't know if it'll handle that much, but we'll see. It might actually when it's hot, because it'll probably be down like some horsepower, but we'll find out. It wasn't actually that lean. I don't know why it showed that. Oh, I guess it blew it out. But it made 1,002 there, which I figured it would make less because it's hot. I just had to like run it and cycle the E through, etc., etc. Trying to get the coolant and the blower to cool down a little bit. Blower AIT2s are 122, just cruising right now. Coolant's 205. But I like tuning them that way because that's probably how they'll be on the street. They're just not the best for peak numbers. I don't even know if you heard me so loud. It's actually not going to take much more E. Maybe we can do 40%, but I'm just going to let this cool down again. And actually, I'll do trans first, then I'll let it cool down. Because I can do trans when it's already warm. I don't think this thing's going to hook in third, so I'm just going to do a 4-5 shift, and then we'll go from there. All right, 4-5. See what we got. Not even wanting to do that. I might have to like try and do something though. Let it cool, I'll have them throw another strap on it and I'll put some more VHT down because that's not working. We'll report back. All right, we let it get not a crazy cool down, maybe a half hour. 70 torque. You can't really go any further. Like I said, maybe 40% E. It's at 35 now, but duty cycles 30, and like much over that, these things you can't control fueling. So right now air fuel's perfect. That's where we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna try and do some trans here real fast. I didn't even realize, I just looked, that thing made 995 torque that run. That's stout. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to hook enough to try and do a 4-5 shift. That's always the trouble one on the A8s. Not even trying to hook, honestly. I wasn't even full throttle, and no. This guy needs an actual tire on this thing. I think it has like a 555R or something on it, but that's, I mean, it made 1,000 foot-pounds of torque and, you know, 1,050 horsepower, so whatever. It's the same trans file that I run in every single A8 car, and I haven't had an issue yet, but you still like to make sure that they do what they're supposed to, but when you can't help it, because it's just blowing the tires off in 4th gear, and we added another strap to the back, and it's got VHT and shit. The tires are hot. I mean, the tire honestly couldn't get any stickier than it is right now, but it is what it is. On to the next. I tell him to put his ears on. I have to tell him to tie his shoes in the morning.